Hi there, it's been quite some time since I last posted a video and I wanted to really get back on track. I feel like lately I've been really struggling with my creative kind of endeavors, I'll call it. And there's just been a mental block in terms of me putting out and creating content. And today I really don't have an outline or any sort of plan, but I wanted to put something out there to at least, get into the rhythm, back into it. And today, what I was thinking of going through is giving you an overview of my everyday makeup routine, some of the products that I love, and also sharing a little bit more about some of the important things or like the key things that I've learned so far of moving from Toronto to San Diego, which was an extremely big move for me. Earlier, or actually late last year in November, my husband, my dog, and I, we moved from Toronto, Canada to San Diego, California, which was the first out-of-country move that I've ever done. And we went on a big road trip. We moved as much stuff as we could and packed up as much as we could. During that time, it was very hectic and I was really worried that the whole thing would fall apart again. So I really didn't tell too many people and I wasn't really sure if it would all work out, if it would all work out for us, but thankfully it did. And I feel like I've grown so much in the past year, more than ever before. And I am so happy that I made the move. So to start things off here, I'm going to dive into skincare. I've been really into clean beauty. So Osea has been one of my go-to brands. This is a hyaluronic C serum. And then I use this advanced protection cream, which is very thick and moisturizing. I feel like with my skin here, it's a lot drier. So that really helps make sure that my skin doesn't get super dehydrated with the sun. But one of the first things that I really learned from is not being reliant on my own timing. I briefly mentioned that we attempted to move prior to this move. And that's when I was really trying to take control of everything and make sure that everything was going according to my plan. For context, I've wanted to move to California ever since I want to say I was like a teenager. And I came here for my cousin's wedding and I was like, this is the most beautiful place on earth. I can't believe the weather is this nice, like very drastically different from Toronto. And I've kind of held on to that dream ever since I was younger. And I don't know, it just looked like the place for me to really be. I feel like the lifestyle of being in nature and having these really great hobbies of being outdoors and healthy living has always appealed to me. And so that's just been something that has been a strong desire for. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt very far and out of reach and just like a pipe dream. But I never really felt like it was impossible. Every job that I had, I would always look at how do I transfer to the California office? I was at consulting slash accounting firm before. And I was like, oh, how do I slowly inch my way to moving to California? And it never worked out. And then somehow I ended up in this job. And after several years, they gladly sponsored my work visa. And the first time around, it was supposed to work out, but it was the wrong type of visa. We packed up everything. We even paid for a down payment of a place that we were going to rent here, which was not cheap. And then we ended up having to cancel everything. And we were going to have my sister-in-law and brother-in-law move into our place. It was a lot of moving parts that I felt really bad about, even not working out. And on top of that, it was a big disappointment. But the whole takeaway that I've learned from that is my timing is not God's timing. And I've learned so much from that. And I was trying to control everything and make sure that everything went according to my plan, where I was really distant in my faith and not really going for the right reasons or having the right intentions in my heart, I feel or doing it for, I'm not good at multitasking. I thought I would be able to do one of those videos where I talk about the products and also demonstrate things. But anyways, I am now using the Tarte Shape Tape Radiant Concealer, which actually has gone a long way. It lasts me so long. I don't know if you do this, but I'm very stingy with my concealer usage, and I actually rarely take the whole applicator out and put it on my face. I usually just pull it out and there's less and less now, but like I'll just dab what I need and put it under my eyes. And I feel like that makes it last so much longer. But sometimes it helps to just do it directly on the face there. But yeah, anyways, that was just not part of the plan. And I was honestly, like at that point, very heartbroken. I gave up on the whole like dream to move away, and I was pretty much content to this point. Oh, this is the Shelly Benefit blush. It's so cute. It's the perfect pink, I think. And I love this brush from Rare Beauty. But anyways, that is, yeah, I was very content with my life and staying in Canada, and I really let go, and I was like ready to move on to the next thing. And I wasn't like disappointed or sad about it anymore. And it made me really realize the impact of like our potential decisions and like who we impact and involve, and like how important that is to consider, and how lucky we are to have like such great family as well. Like super loving and supportive no matter what. So I learned like so much from that. But yeah, one of the big things was like my timing is not God's timing. And I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I'm like growing in my faith right now, but I was like, what? This sucks. And it was very, very humbling to think that my plan and timing was bigger than God's plan. Okay. The second thing that I realized or learned here is that there's no point in dwelling in the what ifs. Like I barely packed anything. I left so much of my belongings behind in my home in Canada. I packed the bare essentials, and at some points I would like be doing something and be like, oh, what if I just brought this? Or what if I like packed this thing that I needed and I didn't have to like buy it again? Or, but there's like just no point in dwelling in the what if situations, because it's not going to change anything. So you just got to keep moving forward and focusing on the current situation, what it is, and how do you navigate and pivot past that. I feel like that's mainly my everyday makeup routine there. So it's pretty short. My hair is really, really greasy and oily today. But yeah, so that was like one other big learning, like don't dwell on the what if situations, because they don't exist. And I would say, let's see. The third thing is, and this is a blend of like things that I guess I realized more recently, but also looking back, it's been a constant lesson that I've been trying to learn, or like that I needed to be taught, is like you can plan so much and build up a situation so much and think you even like something so much, but until you actually experience it and go and do it for yourself, will you truly know what something is. So I'll give you an example. When we were moving down, there was this area called Oceanside in California, and like from the internet, like everything looked great. It had this really aesthetic like road with all these cute shops and like Pilates shops, and the rent was super cheap and the vibe looks so cute, and it is a beautiful place. But I was like, this is the area we need to live, like not even coming down and visiting and actually experiencing San Diego. But I was like so determined that this is the best place to live. I can't believe rent is so cheap. But then like we actually checked it out, thankfully, and it's a little bit too like remote and quiet for what we were thinking and like experiencing. And I'm so glad we checked it out, because it's so close to the ocean. It's actually pretty like overcasty with the marine layer. And recently when we went to Hawaii, I signed up for surf lessons, and then I was like very gung-ho, and it's been something I wanted to try my whole life. And then leading up to it, I started to kind of get in my own head and panic, and I was like, oh, what about sharks? What if I die? What if I like bail? Like, why am I trying to put myself at risk and in danger? And I kid you not, I was so close to canceling the lesson. And like, even though we paid $300 already, but I'm so glad I didn't, because I got there, even when we were doing the tutorial in the shop and not even in the water, I was like, I can't do this. I was very, very scared and nervous. But then when I finally went out in the water and I caught my like first wave, I was like, this is not scary at all. I didn't even have time to explain to my instructor my fear of sharks. It was just like, go, 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 which was, I think, what I needed, not to even like think about and like stew on the fears that I had. And then I ended up having the best time of my life. It was so much fun. I don't think I could stop smiling after, and I can't wait to go surfing again. So like, it's just a reminder to myself, at least, that I can think that I would like something, but until I actually do it will I truly know. It could be the other way around where I think I might not like something too, and then I do it and I love it. So yeah, those are some really big lessons that I've learned so far. I have so many more, so this might even be like a series, but at this point, I'm probably going to cut this video because I will keep rambling. But before I end this video, last product that I did not, maybe I did apply. I think I applied this, but this Kosas bronzer has lasted me so long, I think like over a year, and there's still a lot more. You can see it's like not, it's still above the container level, but it is the perfect lightweight bronzer that I am obsessed with. And yeah, I feel like for my lips, I always use this one. It is the Revlon something something because I don't know with the label all rubbed off, but this is a color lover and it stays on for so long. I probably do need to change up my makeup look, but I've been kind of liking just the little slight enhancements to my current features. I do have a lot more like sunspots as I age, but we'll figure that out later. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and yeah, this was just a quick little video for me to get back into that like routine of filming and posting, and it's hopefully something that you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.